Hey y'all, hey, welcome to Zaria's Creations, where we do everything paper, planning, pixels, and crafting. Okay, before we get into this video, I just want y'all to hear how loud these birds are chirping. And they chirp every morning outside of my window during the spring. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm getting ready for a vending event that is at a local church. I was trying to get out early. I really did get out early, but packing up the car was definitely a task. I was already sweating. We're actually packing up 2 cars. My sons have their car in the back and they're packing up some other big stuff that I couldn't get into my car, and I'm doing most of the little stuff. So I got to the event at least 15 minutes before we were supposed to come and set up. And already there were like 4 or 5 vendors that were there already setting up. So I'm glad I did get there a little bit early so that I could pick my spot. She actually had a table for me since I was the very first vendor to register. And then I bought 2 of my own tables. So now we are unpacking the car and just trying to get everything out of the car and set up here. So that's one of my sons helping me. I actually had a small table and one big table, and then they gave me a big table as well. Midway into bringing all the stuff out of the car, we decided to put the tablecloths onto the table so that we can just easily pull it out and set it up where it was supposed to go. That would make it a little bit easier. It was very windy out. It was actually rainy, cloudy and rain, and which made for a little difficulty, but you'll see how my sons helped to rectify that a little later on. All right, so almost all the tables are set up. I purchased my table covers from Amazon, and I'll have them in my Amazon store. You can follow the link down below. So the black one is a 4-foot table, and then the other 2 are 6-foot tables. And so I kind of made it so that you can walk into it as if it was a store. So here you see me setting up. I had those are dish racks that I just put on the table, those brown things that I saw another YouTuber using for her event, and they work perfectly great. I was going to spray paint them, but then they actually work because I had a lot of wooden boxes. And there you just see me putting my QR codes for my PayPal and my Cash App. We're bringing out more stuff now that we have the tablecloths up. And I brought a little bit of everything just so that the visitors or potential customers could see an overall of the type of things that I make. So those are my manufactured journals. So I do both manufactured as well as handmade. And so those are some of the ones that I have left over that I just threw out on sale because I am going to restart making those up. I think I have about 50 in my store. You can head over to journalsbyz.com if you want to check out my paperback journals over there. But there will be some new ones coming in this coming year. So I just wanted to get rid of those. So I made sure I bought some of the ones that are being discontinued. The ones that are an oops, I cut them down even more. And then, yeah, so once I get everything set up, I will come back in. So this is the latest addition to my business. I added greeting cards and I'm really excited about that. Here are my stands that I got from Joann's. They were actually utilized as stands for sewing patterns. And when Joann's was going out of business, I kept going back until we were getting to the last week at my Joann's. And then I asked if I could purchase those that were not on sale, but the manager let me buy them, and they worked perfectly. As you can see, I just slipped some paper in there and made some signs that told the customers what they were, how much they were, as well as I had my business name up there, my QR codes. So I was really excited about the greeting cards and adding those. So I think I'll keep those as an addition to my business. Also to this table, I added my keychains as well as buttons. I mainly had buttons for Juneteenth, but they actually didn't sell. I'm not sure why. People looked at them, but they weren't interested in buying buttons. It was more of an older crowd that came out, so maybe that's why they're not into buttons. Because last year, my other crowd, they actually bought a lot of buttons, but it's okay. I have some for next year. One tip I want to give you is you want to be sure of your time. Be aware of the time when you're setting up to make sure your setup is complete by the time the actual event started. I was actually nervous about the time, so I never watched the time, but luckily we finished our complete setup 15 minutes before the actual time the event was supposed to start, even though people were arriving early, but we made it. And so here is pretty much the setup. It was starting to rain. You see my umbrella covering my seat in the back. And I wish I would have known about the plastic. I wasn't even thinking about the plastic, even though I was thinking maybe just have curtains to hang the sign up. But as you can see later on, my sons were thinking way outside the box, more so than their mama, and they went and got me some plastic to cover up my products because they were starting to get wet. Okay, so as you can see, the cards are on one side, and then on the other side, I have notebooks and notepads on the other side. So I kind of kept them separate, and I have my little table signs out there with the prices on it, a little chalk thing, and then I have my checkout in the middle where you can just come and check out, and I have everything there. So this was the overall look, and here are some of the other vendors that were out. That was the church that was sponsoring. But yeah, most of the people did not have any blockers. All right, so I'm here, I'm set up, and I was ready by 12. It starts at 12, it's from 12 to 5. And I was actually ready with the help of my voice. It came out to help me. And so we're just waiting for the people to show up. I'm really waiting for the food because the chef can cook. And I'm excited. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, so my son went and got me some plastic so I can have a little windbreaker around it. So that's going to help me get all set up for good and to stay dry and keep my products dry. Okay, so here's my official store with my quote unquote walls set up. So now my products are not getting wet. I was pulling the tables in so much there would barely be any room to walk around. So I'm very grateful for them stopping at a hardware store on their way home and coming back and putting these up for me. So it makes a difference. So if you're doing the vending event, make sure you have plastic walls just in case, whether it's rain or wind. So while we were waiting for people to arrive, I decided to do a walk around to see what other vendors had arrived. It was raining, so I'm grateful that I did bring the umbrellas. And I just did a little video sweep of all of the vendors. And then my neighbor, she wanted to show me her coats that she had. I'm not sure if these were new or you'll see them later, but if they were new or if they were from thrift stores. Yeah. So that's me still walking around. Stopped at a paparazzi table over there. I think she was at the last vending event that we had. And then this table over here with a young entrepreneur who was selling some bakery items. And so you'll see her table in a moment because I actually did purchase from her. And her cakes were so good. So what you'll see in a little bit is me going back over to her table to go get my goodies. It's raining, but that does not stop a business owner. We have some cookies from Mom's Dukes. We have some clothing vendors. We have 2 clothing vendors.
Are you taking pictures of the stands?
Yeah, for my Instagram.
I'm just one of the bottom for you saying this is one of the items.
Huh?
This is one of the items.
Oh, you want to...
I was so cold I had to put something else on.
I get it. And this is Sharon Catrice, my classmate. So make sure y'all follow for all your knits. Oh, we got some right over here. Got With Love by Kaylee.
Hello.
Good
Hello.
morning. Then over here, we have soaps and body oils. Welcome to a buyer's
You know what? I'm gonna have somebody come out here so you can place your order. Okay. Yeah, those things. All right.
You don't have no sheets for us this time?
I don't have.
Because I ain't playing with my sheet. Give me my sheet. I ain't playing.
I'm hungry.
Then we have paparazzi jewelry.
Yeah.
Paparazzi.
I covered it.
If you need a bag, I'll find one.
And we have some church candy.
Pass
Y'all know how we like church candy. Then we have some more goodies.
That's what I read on Town's website.
Now, that was a couple of, that was like 2 or 3 years ago because it surprised me. I haven't had a white potato
You got
pie
some?
since I was younger.
Hold on, y'all. She gonna give me a sign. Okay, there she go.
You know what I mean? It could be.
Is that strawberry or red velvet? I want one of those. I'm coming back. And then we still got vendors setting up.
Okay.
And then
Well, you don't have much more to put in there.
almost like a thrift shop. Trying to get people back into giving out cards.
Yes.
Everything is electronic.
I know.
But I'm a lover of cards and receiving them. I collect them, I keep them, I read them on a sad day. And get people back into blessed. No, just regular notebooks. Put line paper. I want this one. Okay. I'll put some.
Million small business. Faith and fear.
Come on, son. So, come on, son.
Oh, I see you got her cakes. Good.
I can't wait to get into that.
That's my granddaughter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah, I can't wait to get into that.
Did you get a fork with it? What cake? She has little
No.
forks.
Oh,
on
I'll
it.
get one.
I'm gonna take these two
Okay.
for now.
So one of my first customers was the organizer, or one of the organizer of today's events, and she went around to every booth, and she was making it her purpose to purchase something from every booth, which I thought was really nice and cool and supportive. So I got my menu now, so I'm filling out my menu so I can grab my order and have me something for dinner. Another tip that I want to share with you guys is if you're doing a vending event that is over a span of a couple hours, make sure you eat. So I was able to grab some Dunkin' to start off with breakfast because I had planned to leave around the 10 o'clock, 10:30-ish hour. So I wanted to make sure that I could eat, have my breakfast, and if you're a person who takes medicine, make sure you have your medicine as well. Get one of those little travel containers from like the Dollar Tree or something so that you'll be able to take your medicine and eat. So I'm like kind of hiding back here to eat, and then I'll get the food that I ordered, and that will be for my dinner later on. Also, if you are at an event where you have like a sitting chair, make sure you stand up and engage with your customers or potential customers, because telling your story or explaining your product even more in detail will help you win the sale. This young lady here didn't typically buy greeting cards, but when I explained to her why I added greeting cards to my product line and what they could do, and then I was actually also able to upsell her. So she actually bought the 5 cards for $20, and she picked 5 different cards that she had in mind of people that she can give them to. So make sure you engage with your customers. Don't just sit behind a table and chair. Get up and get to talking, and that will help build a long customer relationship. So when you're doing these types of events, if you have enough space, you want to not only have some of your product upright, but you want to have some flat lays where they can actually touch and pick up. They can see the width, the height, and feel the weight of some of these products to know if this is something that they would carry every day or leave at home, and they can actually, get a good eyeful. So make sure you have a mixture of how you have your displays. Now this definitely is my favorite display. I was so excited and proud that I had gotten these from Joann's, and this actually drew a lot of the customers. They actually came to this side first. So, and then I can direct them to the other side. So I was glad that I had both types of displays for the customers. As you can see, there's one on the left and one on the right. This was towards the end of the day, and I had a young lady who was going to buy cars, but she ended up buying a book for her son, and he was really excited about the notebook because I had some back to school notebooks for the little kids. And I'm circling back here on engagement is key. I spent a lot of time talking to these two ladies about the types of products and why I made these products. This video is actually sped up, so if I was to make it even longer, you could see I spent a lot of time talking to them, and that is what helps to get you the sale. So don't be afraid to talk to your customers, let them know the who, what, when, where, whys, and hows. You may get tired of saying it and feel like it's tedious, but if it's what gets you the sale, you definitely want to work on and practice that. So every customer that wanted a bag got a bag and a piece wrapped with a piece of tissue paper. It was already preset in the bag, so I didn't have to fondle it, fiddle with it. I don't know what you want to say, call it, too much as I was talking. And then each customer bag had a card in it that had all of my business information with the QR code where they could later scan the code and follow me. So I made sure that those are already set in the bags just to make the packaging easier. And that's the book that she got for her son. And he was running around. You may see him running across some of the clips that I have here, but he was running around, and she came back and told me that when he saw the book, he was so excited because he really wanted this book. There he goes, running in the background. All right, so it is the end of the day. We wrapped up maybe about 4:30. It was supposed to be over at 5. My sons came back to help me, which I was very grateful for, to break it down. It stayed cloudy all day, even though the rain did stop. If you see the ground, it looks like it dried up a little bit, but it still stayed kind of cool. But we wrapped up and was ready to go. So that's it. We are all wrapped up. Tent is down. I was grateful to have this experience and opportunity. The first one of the year is now down and in my pocket. And it actually didn't seem long, maybe because I had a classmate who was here, and maybe because I knew some of the people already from the last time I vended with this young lady. So, yep. This is my high school classmate, and she was out here vending with me on today. Tell them your business.
Hey, Sharon Catrice Knits.
And I'm gonna have her link in the description down below, so make sure you check her out all over social media.
And I'll link Shawnee's. What am I going to I'm gonna link Shawnee's website as well.
All right, bye. All right, so now I finally had an opportunity to do a little wrap up. So let's see. So you saw all the beginnings, but when I came home, I tallied everything. So my total sales for that day actually ended up being about $110, minus the $40 that it was to host the table there. So that a $70 profit. Not bad. It was rainy. I think their audience is a little, or their congregation is a little more on the older side. Just remembering from the last time I was there, everybody was like either pretty much my age or older. So the rain and the fact that it was cool may have hindered some of the members from coming out. The organizer said that they were going to do another one throughout the year, and she would definitely invite me back. And she said I was the first person to actually sign up and register. So that was the reason why they had actually given me a tent and a table. So I didn't know that. So that was supposed to be, I guess, a surprise. But I pulled up with my own tent. And I did need their table because I wanted to do the U shape, just so that I can make sure that I had all of my products. So I just gave a sample of each of the little things. Like I had the buttons, the keychains, the cards, the notebooks, and journals. So I didn't bring like the whole shebang from the house. I also had some notepads, some tearaway notepads. So I didn't bring everything from my house, but I've just bought enough so that people can see the type of products that I sell in my shop and just to make them aware. So, and I think I even had a couple stickers there. Not many, because I know the older crowd doesn't really use stickers, but they may know someone like someone younger who may use stickers for whatever reason. So it was good. It was definitely a good experience to get back out there, to get into vending. And so I look forward to doing more videos for vending videos and setup so you guys can see and get more tips. So I hope you guys got something from this. Let me know in the comments if you are a entrepreneur, crafter, if you do vending events, if you have some tips, put them down below. Or if you got a good tip that'll help you, make sure you put that in the comments below and let me know what was great. All right, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. See you next time.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.